wanted me to startle you. Ask a question, then hit the button.
Here we go. Mahalo, bitches. It's me, your right Reverend Tommy Gunn, with a little thing that I like to call Tiki Time. With your right Reverend Tommy Gunn. So, during Tiki Time, all I want to do is talk a little bit about the subculture Tiki stuff. You know, I'm sitting here in front of my bar, coming to you straight. Reverend Tommy Gunn's Tiki Time comes to you straight from the Hey, Awanna Lei-ya Tiki Bar in his basement. It's very lonely, but that's not important right now. What's important, of course, is that we're all home and we're all taking care of stuff and doing business like we're supposed to. The first episode of this should be up around March 25th or 26th, depending on when I get down to editing it. And I just wanted to do this. I'm sloshing up the drink. I just want to do this. I just want to share with you about how much I, your right Reverend Tommy Gunn, really like Tiki culture and what it means to me. I'm here doing this. No one's begging me. I don't have to do it. But I want to do it. And I want to do it because I like you. I've been listening to the Tiki Bryant's podcast, getting some music. Sometimes when I'm sitting down relaxing, I like to do that. I like to listen to Tiki Bryant's podcast. And I like to, pick up some Tiki mugs. Now, I know a lot of people right now are all about the Disney stuff because they got, what is that? Yeah, I'm jerking. Well, it's 11 o'clock somewhere. Anyway, they go to Trader Sam's in the Disney places and they pick up the Tiki mugs. I think those are great. But I'm going to show you one thing on my collection right here. Let me set this little guy right over here. Now, these are some of the special ones that I don't drink out of. They're really just for show. But let me show you what I got right here. Take a look at this guy right here. Take a look at this. Can you see him real good? Oh yeah, straight from Adventureland. Picked it up at Disneyland during a visit to look at the details. Look at the details on there. Picked this up at Disneyland. When I was there, look, the whole roof comes off. Got the whole thatch roof comes off. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's a great. It's just a great piece. It's very striking. It looks really good on my up on display on my Tiki bar. I don't think I would ever do anything like that. This guy came. I've still got the original card that came with it right there. Got the original card and still got the pricing on. But it's for the it's the Tiki Room, Tahitian Terrace from Adventureland. And here's the quote that's on this card in it. Okay, here is adventure. Here is romance. Here is mystery. Tropical rivers silently flowing into the unknown, the unbelievable splendor of exotic flowers, the eerie sound of the jungle with eyes that are always watching. This is Adventureland. It's a quote from Walt Disney. Walt Disney said that when he had his original idea for doing this and doing Adventureland, coming up with great pieces. But of course, Walt's vision of Polynesian pleasure with the Enchanted Tiki Room and such like that, was not just to show off the amazing stuff that he was doing, but also to capture a feeling. Now, for a while, I worked for the Ohio Historical Society. Around 2000, we had an exhibit that was the Kilroy Was Here exhibit, which was a following in post-World War II. A lot of stories about it, and a lot of sort of the end of the war and then what happened after that. During that time, I myself did a lot of very specific first-person historical context research of a lot of different sort of fads and fashions. So that the California's car culture came out of that because you had all these people from all over the country really coming together and meeting for one of the real sort of first times. If World War I was more about people from the East Coast, by the time you had World War II, you were getting people from all over. So things like the car culture stretched around, like I just said, but also Tiki culture emerged. Tiki culture emerged because of the Americas, with the newfound wealth of the baby boomers in post-World War II. these families were raising these baby boomers, and you really had this abundance of wealth that had not been around since before the Great Depression, and you really had this rise of the middle class. And the hard thing to do was to teach these people who had, honestly, a lot of the United States, they were used to sort of hard-scrabble lives and working hard, to teach them to relax. They now had disposable income. The idea of tiki, the illusion of this Polynesian culture, really appealed to a lot of people because it was exotic. It was something completely different than any of them had ever experienced. So the idea of tropical drinks served in tiki mugs or in pineapples, with amazing flora and fauna around you and all that kind of thing, it all sort of coalesced into this idea. And Walt Disney exploited on it. So when he was setting up Adventureland and the Jungle Boat Cruise and all this for Adventureland and Disney, of course it was this idea too of exploring this exoticism. Now my fez falling off my head is from the bar that I consider to be my home bar, the TIKI TIME, established in 1961, a family-owned business. It was built in an old violin store, and then expanded. The original owner had worked at Trader Vic's and had developed his own recipes, and so sort of spread out. His sons worked for him, and then his sons worked for him. And it's a great place. If you get the chance to go there, go early. Very limited seating. You used to be able to smoke in there, but not anymore. And I have some tiki tea items right there, and some Swiss sticks right here. I can talk about those. I'll talk about those another time. I'm showing something else today. But I want to have a serious conversation with you, which is this. I really like tiki culture because it's a complete fantasy. Sure, the ideas are based in Polynesian, Hawaiian cultures, the island culture, but it's not based in the reality of it. It's this complete and utter fantasy. And we've come under fire a lot. That's why I want to put this, because I don't want everyone to think like, oh, Tommy's like whatever I'm thinking, and then it'd be a surprise to you later on. I want you to know right now from the beginning that all of this, even the Shrunken Head Jivaro mug right here, and some of the others, it's all just a fantasy. It's an illusion. Nothing ever really, this didn't exist. This is all, from Aloha shirts to this stuff. It's all for tourist culture. And I don't have a problem with it because I realize that that's what it is. I certainly don't go to Hawaii expecting, to see this bunch of malarkey. That's not really what it's like. And I have friends who are Hawaiian and friends who are Polynesian and Filipino, and I respect every single one of them. And we have this conversation actually quite often about what it means for the tiki culture in comparison, this fantasy tiki culture in comparison with their actual culture. And there's no easy answer. And this is where it gets tough, because I understand that it's a complete fantasy and it's silly and it's fun, and there's cute mugs, which I just like to collect a lot of them, for their artistic merit. Just some great stuff. But for some people who can't see that, who think that this is what Hawaiian culture is like, I want you to really think about your choices in life, really. And I'm not trying to get down on you. These things from when I was a little kid, and my grandfather had a coconut monkey like the one I have up here, that I remember he had tiki mugs and stuff like that. And we never talked about Polynesian culture, but it was the introduction for me into it that sparked some real interest in finding out more, and being able to separate tourism from the reality. I hope that makes sense to you. I, of course, am always willing to discuss things further. I'm not trying to upset you. I don't want to turn you off of collecting cool mugs and fezzes and stuff like that, because that stuff is just fun and awesome. And when things are hard, we need something to take our minds off things that are hard and to have a little fun. But you can't have that fun at the expense of someone else, of someone else's culture, of someone else's family, and of someone else's person. All right? So it's a fine, for me, it's a very fine line. I walk it. I'm always conscious of it. And I always hope that I am respectful. And the bigger concern is that somebody who just sees me out, dressed like this, because that's what I do sometimes, that they're not immediately offended. I hope they'll come up and talk to me about it and understand where I'm coming from, and so that they know I understand. More importantly, I understand where they are coming from. All right? Nothing but respect. Gotta give it to get it. Now, I'm gonna show you something. I ordered this. It's the Mun Tiki 20-year mug, their 20th anniversary mug. All right, I ordered it. It's in this sweet box right here. Let me get it open. I'm gonna pull this out, and I'm gonna hold it right up to the camera so you can take a look at it. This has not been sitting on the shelf. This has been in the box from the day I got it. Oh, there looks like there was other stuff in there. I just dropped it. I'll grab it in a second. But this thing. To me, this thing just doesn't, it just doesn't look like gold. I mean, it's gold. Look at that. You see the details on there? I tried to put up enough light. Look at that. You got the monkey from the Mun Tiki on one side. Oh, and this amazing gold glaze on there. Take a look. And right over there, right on the other side, is your Tiki right there. Isn't he awesome? That skull with the details and the skull and everything. And it's one big mug. Now, when I purchased them, in a way, I thought it was two separate mugs, but it was not. Now, let me grab the stuff that I dropped on the floor. And on the floor, here's what I dropped. Check this out. The Mun Tiki swizzle. Can you see it? Let me get out from behind so you're not looking at the colors. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Holy cow. And then I also came with it too, I got a couple coasters. That one right there. And, somebody threw this in there too. Just a little Cthulhu action right there. That is great. So great stuff, right? Look, if you get the chance, I recommend that you purchase. If you get the opportunity to purchase this mug right here, try and get it right from the place. For the most part, other than this mug, I've probably just tried to purchase mugs. Each one means something because there's a memory tied into it for me, or it's from a bar that I go to regularly or something like that. And also, I like sort of tiki culture art, so let me share with you an artist that I really like. His name is Doug Gosh, and Retro A Go-Go is his company, and take a look at this. There it is. Take a look at this print right here. Wow, look at that. Now it's framed up, the glass is a little refractive, but it's down here in the dark usually, so I don't really notice until you can see some of the lamps and stuff on there. Take a look at that. Wow. Pretty amazing stuff, right? I recommend his stuff. The website is retroagogo.com. Please visit. Tell him that your Reverend Tommy Gunn, sent you over. Get a hold of the Mun Tiki website. I'm going to put their website on here too, so you can drop them a line too. Ladies and gentlemen, I think has gone on long enough. I covered probably a little more than I want to. Maybe I got a little more in depth than you were ready for. But there's no reason you can't have some fun, give some thought to stuff too. And then you know what? After a couple more rum drinks, you know what? Maybe it'll all start making some more sense. Hey, it's Tiki Time with your Reverend Tommy Gunn. Right here at the Kummon, Awanna bar in my basement. My personal Tiki oasis.